Welcome back to Developed, everybody. Tonight we have a full panel, and we're talking about our recipe Clerico. What's going on, Volkart?
Oh, not much, man. Just been doing a bunch of yard work today. My face is all red. I'm not blushing. It's I just got too much sun.
Yeah. Is it nice down there?
Oh yeah, it's like 80 degrees. Beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah, I love this time of year. Everything's starting to bud out and bloom. So nice. Yeah. What's up with everybody else?
How you doing, Alfred?
Doing well. I've just been drinking Dave's ice cream, tropical ice cream with mango and pineapple. I can't get enough of it. It's so good.
That uses a Trinity?
Oh yeah, ice cream Trinity and then Flavora mango. Oh my, it's so good.
I'm about to get down on that. What papaya?
No, pineapple. I'll put the link in the chat for you.
Oh, pineapple. I thought you said papaya. What about you, Chef?
How are you guys? Nice.
Good.
I've been working, I've been mixing, I've been trying new flavors.
Try anything new? Anything interesting? Any new mixes? Any new flavors that you?
How are you feeling about the yogurt drink?
The yogurt drink is incredible.
Yeah.
I haven't mixed with it yet because I've been vaping 60 mils all week.
What
But 6%.
Fuck yeah.
6%.
That's
With pot.
such a good percentage for that flavor. It's so.
I found that percentage because I tried it from 4 to 10%, and I kept I tried 9%, I tried 7%, 8. I tried everything. 6% is.
I like banana bread at 6% too.
I put the link to that tropical ice cream in the chat for you, Max.
Ooh, I'm gonna look at that.
That use a pineapple Trinity by any chance?
Pineapple Trinity.
It's golden pineapple and pineapple candy. Is that part of the Trinity?
Oh, no, I forgot what I put in the Trinity.
You can't make a Trinity and then forget what you put in it.
Yeah, no, it's interchangeable. It's interchangeable. Oh, it's Flavor West natural pineapple candy, and the third one is goddamn.
I like the first two. Come on, don't let me down.
I can't remember. Hold on.
Oh, sounds like a great Trinity.
BTA pineapple juice. Shut your mouth, Max. It's a great Trinity.
How is that pineapple juice? I don't have that one.
It's great. They do.
I know their mango juice. I love their mango. I know Dave disagrees with me on that, but I like all their juices. I think they do a great job.
They do juice phenomenal. Yeah, the pineapple juice is really, really good.
All right, I need to pick it up.
On the Trinity, you can move those percentages around.
What up, Emily?
Officially. Make it official, Alfred. You're like the Trinity guy.
I have to try it.
Yeah, how many Trinities have you tried?
I've tried the Blackberry Trinity, Ice Cream Trinity, Cheesecake Trinity, Ice Cream Trinity, Blueberry Trinity, Strawberry Trinity. I think that's everything.
Strawberry's the first one, right?
No, Blueberry. Edible Malfunction, Blueberry Trinity.
That was the first one?
Yep. And then Dave made the Daveberry Trinity second.
Right on.
Shit, I even know the order. It's bad.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up. You have a problem, man.
They're all so good. They need to be used.
I don't know if I could taste the strawberry one. You
said shisha. Yeah, shisha strawberry is the most, 3%.
Yeah, I can kind of taste that one.
With the Trinity, there's like a component of each thing that you would want, right? So
yeah, that's the whole point of the Trinity is to make one flavor that's taking parts from the 3 that you use to make it.
Right. And then you would be able to adjust it, right? Didn't Dave kind of
No, yeah, they're all adjustable, but it's keep it in the same ratio roughly is the idea.
One is not, right? The blueberry one's just been kind of.
Yeah, that one's pretty, nobody really messes with it. You can, though. I like to pump up the Flavor West blueberry sometimes if you want more of, candied blueberry flavor.
Mm. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Flavor West does not get enough play at all.
The blackberry trinity is Flavora boysenberry, TPA blackberry, and then real flavors super concentrate blackberry. JFM.
Addy accidentally made a Trinity.
Oh, I totally forgot the cherry trinity.
Yeah.
What is the cherry trinity?
It is FA forest fruit, Flavora boysenberry, and Inaware cherries.
Yeah, I have
I
all
have to
those
try
seeds. I
them.
need to fucking try that.
I see your face, Jerry. Inaware cherries. I know you think it's going to be gross. It's not, though. It works. Flavora boysenberry in general
And-
just fucking works.
We also got to remember I don't like forest fruit too. So
Oh,
I'm just
that's
like,
right.
you're just
I don't
going through just like. Ooh,
You don't like forest fruit?
ooh.
Forest
Max
fruit
doesn't
is-
like forest fruit either, except
No.
for in my.
I like forest fruit more than I like harvest berry. So
Yeah,
Well,
I hate-
that's not much of an improvement,
Yeah,
though.
harvest berry is kind of garbage though.
yeah, it is.
I can vape forest fruit by itself.
but
I,
I do
I
like
love forest fruit.
I do like
It's
jammy
not.
berry. So I don't know. I'm just not the biggest fan of all of those dark berry mixes.
It's a weird mix that forest fruit. I don't like it either. But
I like forest fruit because it's heaviest on strawberry, and strawberry is my jam.
And you can push it very high with no problem.
What if you did a mixed berry Trinity?
That would be a fucking task and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't it?
Is in aware blackberry, raspberry, right? And then you
No,
get-
I'm talking about with forest fruit, jammy
jammy
berry.
berry and then cap harvest berry.
Well, not the harvest berry, though, please. Bumbleberry.
No.
There you go. Hey, bumbleberry. Wonder flavors.
There you
Bumbleberry.
go. Yeah, but it would be impressive if you did harvest berry. Harvest berry is so medicinal to me. Does
Why would
everybody
you
else
use
get that?
Yeah, why would you want to use it?
Oh, I
So
don't use it.
bad.
I
No,
don't
you
use it.
do bumbleberry, inaware blackberry, raspberry, and
Raspberry.
a blueberry.
Oh, raspberry is a good one too.
Raspberry is good.
Well,
one.
I love the strawberry from forest fruit. I love the blueberry from jammy berry. And then bumbleberry just does the sort of dark berry, not really distinct. But it's also super candied, so I don't know how that would work. But I feel like that could potentially make a great trinity.
Talking about making like an actual mixed berry trinity, like not using the mixed berry ones.
I just hate I hate raspberry so much. So anything with raspberry, I'm like,
I like raspberry.
I like real raspberries.
I like real raspberries, but raspberry flavors are the worst.
Yeah, they're all pretty fucking shitty. Makes me kind of disappointed.
TFAs is alright. You want like
TFA's got a good raspberry, not the
They
sweet.
don't have like an acceptable one, but it doesn't mean it's good.
My favorite is FA.
none of them are real raspberry at all.
Yeah.
The only-
I actually like sweet raspberry from TFA. I know people say it's ketchup-y or whatever, but I love it.
The only one that I could really tolerate was Inaware raspberry blackberry, but
Yeah.
they don't have it anymore.
Rest in peace.
They don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got rid of that shit, man.
Yeah.
So-
Emily say we need to make a raspberry trinity.
They renamed it.
That is
That
probably
is-
impossible.
Yeah, that's probably even worse than making a mixed berry trinity.
I mean, well, how would you even start? Like, I love FA raspberry, but it's not a really good raspberry on its own.
Right.
But I would definitely put that in there because to me, that's like pretty authentic, but it doesn't do it all. And it
Right.
gets so floral.
Wait, is Inaware blackberry raspberry still a thing? I thought that wasn't a thing anymore.
No, it's
Renamed-
gone.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not gone. They renamed it. They renamed it. Damn, I can't remember what they renamed it. It's like
So-
red something.
Here's where I'm at. FA raspberry, Flavora boysenberry,
Steamroll's-
third thing.
And then you renamed it Yes Sweet Raspberry.
That's hilarious.
I love the name Yes Me Cheesecake is like a question that nobody ever asked. Like, hey, do you guys make a cheesecake? Oh yeah, yes, we cheesecake.
I mean, have you ever seen some of their like weird pre-mixed flavors too?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
mango
all-
tango, wonder waffle. They got it covered.
Yeah.
It
Well,
totally
Nutty
makes
Princess,
sense.
I don't get that one either.
It totally makes sense though. That's the misunderstanding someone's question. Like, so hey, is this Flora? I mean, is this Inawera? Yeah, sweet cheesecake. They don't get it. They just don't
I know.
It's just like a weird mistranslation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like a totally different question, and they answered it.
Oh my god, it's like a conversation you don't remember starting.
Right. Like, they're back there yelling in Polish.
Yes, with
No,
cheesecake.
listen, you don't even understand how much Polish spam they've gotten about making cheesecake, so they were just tired of it.
Yeah, right.
Yes. we fucking-
I feel like they try to do like a New York cheesecake kind of a thing, but then like they got like they were doing it like on their iPhones and stuff, and then like New York City just got like auto corrected to like yes.
Okay, I guess.
Me cheesecake.
Yeah.
That's,
Something went wrong. And then they just printed like a whole bunch of labels and I'm like, oh, fuck it. Yes, sweet cheesecake.
All right. What about Nacho? Have you tried any other new flavors from the new stuff you got?
I don't remember.
A lot of the vape
Check.
train, right?
Yeah, the sugar cane.
You tried that?
Yeah, the sugar cane. But it's not very easy to try it by itself because it's not a fruit.
It's very much like a
really
sweetener
like
additive.
I really like it. We were talking about using that for teas.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
published that recipe.
Max
Yeah.
published his coconut milk tea that uses the sugar cane to sweeten it, and man, that's so good.
Yeah.
I really like it in there.
Vaping Trucker wants to know if anyone's tried Innerwear Gentleman.
I have no idea what that is.
I don't even know what that is.
I'm hoping it's a joke because
feel like
if
it's
it's like
something-
anywhere, if it's like their Godfather,
I feel like it's something he meant at a truck stop.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but the sugar cane for sweetening teas because it has the bitter type of like edge on top, the herbal bitterness, and it's sweet, like sort of molasses or golden syrup type sweet. Perfect.
Yeah, it's like bendable too, because like it can just be like a darker, like you can get honey out of it in a tea. You're not gonna get that anywhere else and everything, but you can kind of like, if you're open-minded enough, I guess you can kind of get honey out of it, which is I don't know. It's
I
fun.
feel like for making cocktails, that has so much potential too.
Yeah, wasn't it you and I that were making something? We used sugar cane.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was though. Was it the Moscow Mule? No.
No, it was a long time ago. We were working on
Yeah.
something. It was when we were trying to make Flavor Red tea work in something, and then we got to sugar cane and we just did it with something different. But I don't
Because
remember.
Flavor Red tea should never be used in anything.
Oh, it's like just such a disappointing flavor.
Unless you're into red tea, in which case just vape it by itself. There's really zero like wiggle room.
Yeah, it's really hard to mix with. Have you ever tried that, folk art?
No, I've got it in, but I haven't tried it yet.
It's kind of weird. It's like kind of got like a cocoa note in it, and it.
Woody, cocoa.
Yeah,
tea.
it's woody. Like I want to
woody?
put it in a
That's
tobacco.
Sugar
Yeah,
cane?
yeah,
No, the red tea. Flavor Red.
Ah,
yeah.
sorry.
all their teas are
I
kind
want
of
gentleman.
interesting.
I thought you were talking about the gentleman. What do you?
No, we
Yeah,
jumped around.
He said
Innerwear-
it's David Trucker said it's not a joke, and the description on DIY Vapor Supply does not help you at all with what
Oh heck yeah, dude!
you're into it. Just try it. Go for it.
I mean, that's what I did with Godfather, and I was hoping it was whiskey, but it's really brandy.
But
maybe
It's
Gentle-
good brandy or bad brandy.
Okay, enough.
Well, there you go, people. Innerwear Godfather if you want brandy.
But gentlemen, I mean, is it?
That sounds like a bourbon.
Yeah, like is it bourbon? Is it cheesecake? Is it liquor? Like,
I think like 007 gin.
right? Like there's
But it's
so
probably
many
not.
things that could be.
Shaken,
Maybe it's
not.
tobacco.
shaken, not stirred.
Maybe it's like their M&M's flavor. It's something you would just never fucking
Yeah.
expect.
Right?
It's like lilac.
It's like a super accurate M&M.
Yeah, like the best M&M flavor of all time, and no one has ever tried it.
Yeah.
Oh, Gentleman Jack.
Could
There
be.
you go.
That's always the problem with all of these naming schemes. Is like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, it could be something totally different in Poland. Completely different.
That too. But then it's also just like, just call it what it is,
I know.
or something really like similar to what it is. If it is a liquor, call it something liquor.
Yeah, like
Well, what about love?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
You know the story behind that.
I don't know. I think that one's
No, we
inaccurate.
don't.
He was out on Valentine's Day, and he wanted to make a white chocolate, and it didn't turn white chocolate, or it wasn't accurate white chocolate, but or something like that. I'm sure that's totally not even the story. Actually, I think I just made that up.
And then he added the pineapple trinity to it.
Pineapple Trinity is a thing. If you're cheesecake,
It's not a thing. You made it yesterday. Shut up.
hey, it's a
That's
thing.
not
I
a
know, I
thing.
released it yesterday.
Oh, you made it yesterday?
No, I released it yesterday
Oh, you put it on what? Where?
on a Wayne show.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It seems like
That's not releasing something.
Yeah.
posted? Where are the
Releasing something in the chat. Is
Yeah.
that
Where are the
released
Trinity
something?
posted?
Oh, I talked to somebody about it, so now it's out there, and it's
Shut your mouth. Listen.
And first of all, for it to be a Trinity, someone else has to try it and agree with you. You can't just say, "All right, this is the Pineapple Trinity
Who
now."
makes these rules up? You've been here 6 months talking about you're making the rules up. You make the rules
That's
up.
how it's always worked. Do you think the Blueberry Trinity was intentionally the Blueberry Trinity?
Where's the Blueberry Trinity posted?
It was on Reddit, and then people tried it, and then it started getting popular, and that's why it's an official Trinity.
But Reddit doesn't count. I mean, like, where else is it posted?
Right? No,
Tobacco.
Reddit doesn't count, but Wayne's chat that counts.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's the gold standard.
All right. What kind of tobacco does it say, or it's just tobacco?
I had to find it through inuwaravape.com. It's got class. It's something that makes everyone good in its company. Impeccable manners, perfect for posh and crowdy parties.
I'm calling it right now. There's a strong anise note in there.
But also great in smaller groups. Being in its company, you've got an impression that it should always like that. It should be always like that. It's so good, nice, and posh.
I hate this flavor already.
Oh my god.
Main flavor notes: tobacco, sweetness, nuts.
Just ban him. Ban the trucker. What's he talking about?
Emily's all about the posh parties. That's her scene.
So yeah, I guess anywhere a gentleman is tobacco, sweetness, and nuts in a posh gentleman shell.
Dude, it's a gentleman trinity. That's what it is.
That's what he's
Anytime Frank says we're just all too redneck to understand it, we're not part of the posh crowd.
What is he talking about? Isn't he from Philly?
Yeah,
I just love the impeccable. I've never this is how you choose to market your own flavor: is impeccable manners, perfect for posh and crowdy parties, but also great in a smaller group. That's my flavor.
I love the contrast where it's like, this is really great for a crowded ass party, but also you can try it by yourself. You might like it.
It sounds like some kind of description for a dildo or something. I mean, what the fuck?
What dildo is great for crowded parties?
I don't know.
Where do you buy this flavor? Do you get it on Adam and Eve or what?
You got to order it in the back of a magazine.
You can enjoy it with a crowd or by yourself.
You can get it for $210 British pounds. You can hard it to the virus vault. Shipping within 24 hours. The ability of large amount.
Yep, Mary Beth says they should have renamed it to Pretentious. That's the name of the tobacco.
They're pretentious.
And that's a good point, Emily. Where's your head at right now, Folkar? Why did you go to dildo?
I don't know. It just seemed like, hey, bring a toy to a party.
He's just sitting there dreaming.
Are you doing that often? Because I wouldn't have went
What
there.
kind of parties are you going to?
Yeah,
Exactly. That's right. That's
Where's
right.
my invite?
Ah, yeah, really. Like, no Tupperware parties for folk art. Fucking whip out those dildos.
I'm right.
Two
Chains
guys
and
and a
whips.
girl isn't a threesome, though. No way.
Oh my god.
It's not.
That makes me. Folkar's probably hosting those. Don't they have like a get-together parties or whatever to sell those? It's like a pyramid scheme. I feel like that's a
Tupperware
Yeah,
party?
Girls invite all their friends over and they fling dildos around all night.
Yeah, somehow Folkar like worked his way in. Usually it's like a female host or whatever, but Folkar just shows up with a box of dildos.
Yeah, it's usually women, but folk art just starts swinging that hammer around. And they're like, no, this is the guy. This is the guy to sell this shit.
You don't need those. I got this.
This is who we need.
Got this huge dick.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord.
He's definitely the face of vibrator
Dildo
salesman.
No, he's a dildo killer. They don't.
All right, so we're gonna talk about the Clerico, right?
Moving on.
Yeah. After I talk about fresh puff concentrate.
Fresh puff.
Imagine a green mist. It surrounds you slowly, and you begin to notice it with its typical, smooth and nice mint smell. A nice refreshness appears, and along with it comes a subtle sweetness. Do you want this delightful mist stays longer?
Do you want this stays longer? You sold me. You got me. I want it.
Folk art, what does that make you think of?
Graham,
I'm not even going to say what popped in my head when I heard that.
Graham, your sound is still low. Toro.
Yes, we don't know.
Yes, we dildo. All right, turn your volume up, Graham. Let's talk about the Clerico.
Still down? Still low?
Let us know.
Wow.
Yeah, just talk closer to the mic or something.
Jerry's just off on a fucking tangent right now.
Oh yeah, no, dude. I'm just going through anywhere. This
Checked out.
new weird British website.
All right, it's better now, Graham.
Okay, so did anybody mix up the Clerico in the chat?
I don't think it's public.
Oh no, it's not, is it? That's right.
No, yeah.
Well, but
Yeah,
I mean, they saw the recipe in the episode, right?
Yeah. The recipe was in the episode, but it's still we're gonna keep working on it, right?
Yeah.
We still have another episode to do with this one, you think?
Well,
Yeah.
what we think is the base is excellent. We have a clear base to do a clerical. What Sherry did there, Sherry the wizard, is perfect. But since a clerical, you can use any fruit, you can use any wine, cider, whatever. There is room to tweak it, and maybe we can tweak it a little bit.
All right, I'll just run through it. It's 0.5% Alpine strawberry, 1.75 Flavora banana, 0.5% brute bubble wine, 2.25% citrus soda, and 1.5% Flavora guanabana. I'm going to keep saying that, guanabana. But Jerry, please explain. This doesn't taste like strawberry except for like a tiny hint. You don't have apple, but it tastes like apple. How does your mind work? You have a beautiful mind.
I just like things that taste good. I don't know. That's what I was thinking. Was just like I wanted to be tasty and just citrus fruit.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you though, because I remember you said that you can use Alpine strawberry to make like a great apple, like the peel of an apple. What do you?
Yeah, I've done. You can do that with the skin. You can like Alpine strawberry is actually stupidly versatile if you back it with the right flavors, especially like Flavora citrus notes, like passion fruit, things like that. Like anything that they have that is super citrusy or like a citric acid almost, you can bend the crap out of Alpine strawberry.
How do you get what's the apple combination? Do you remember?
Luck.
All right. Yeah. So, but this turned out.
The actual apple that was Alpine strawberry at about, it was a 0.75 passion fruit, vanilla pudding, and red apple. I think it was mostly just passion fruit and Alpine strawberry.
That's great. And what, vanilla pudding?
Vanilla pudding was just for body.
Okay.
Trying to remember what else was in that.
I want to try that too. I want to like go on an adventure with Alpine strawberry and figure out what you can do with it now.
Do you think that the Alpine strawberry with the guanabana is creating kind of that appleness, because guanabana it has notes, like the real thing has notes of like apple and stuff in it. Do you think that's helping it out?
It's that, because I also was thinking that would also help bring in the banana. Mm-hmm. So it's not just like a runty banana, but then you kind of get that apple note from it.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird because like the banana is, what would we use, 1% or something like that
for the Flavora banana? 1.75%, and it's still just a hint. It's crazy.
I'm even trying a version we'll get to too that's at 2, and it's good.
Yeah, it's like stupid high for just using Flavora banana, but it's really weird how it's not runty. It actually kind of tastes like, what did we say before? It was like a boozy kind of, like all of these became boozy in their own way. Like I get like a banana brandy or some shit like that out of it.
Didn't you say it was like similar to, did you say 99 bananas or something?
Oh yeah, that was what it was. Yeah, it kind of tastes like that. Like, you know how like that's super artificial, but it's like that kind of boozy note. I got that from it. Like when I first tried it, I got no banana, which is weird. But then after a while, the banana really like came out, like after sitting around for a little bit, and I was kind of surprised by like just a little hint of everything.
All right. Nacho, do you want to explain what a Clerico is and why you had the idea to make it?
Yeah, sure. A Clerico is something you drink usually in summer. It's like a sangria, but made with white wine or cider, where you put a bunch of fruits, mainly banana, kiwi, strawberry. We don't use guanabana because we don't have guanabana, but a bunch of fruits. You let it sit, you put some ice on it, and you drink it. And then you eat the fruit, and you get drunk from the fruit. It's the
Okay.
best part.
The banana's pretty common, right? And the apple, pretty common.
And also, yeah, the orange.
Yeah. The orange slices. Yep.
Something citrus.
Okay.
You need. I think that here the citrus soda and the brut bubble wine makes a perfect boozy note. The booziness you get from because the brut bubble wine, but by itself, tends to mute the recipe when you use it too high. But when you combine that with citrus soda, you get a very refreshing wine taste.
Yeah, I remember that was one of the parts we had to work on is because the brute bubble wine really wants to make everything sort of flat and to amalgamate everything, where the citrus soda helps to keep it sort of thinner and more like a drink. So that's one of the things that we're working on tweaking. And then I remember the banana wasn't showing up a whole lot as a shake and bake, but
It does it too.
Yeah,
It does a lot more too.
So probably more banana still, right? It does come out more as it steeps, but
You think more banana than it's in there right now?
Maybe. I mean, I think it also depends on where you want to take your Clerico.
I don't know if banana
Yeah.
or I'm thinking banana because we need to contrast the citrus with something else, and banana is the perfect contrast for a citrus. But maybe we can use another like orange or something that is citrus but not that sharp.
more of a basey flavor to sort of round it out. Okay. And then I saw a question, Mary Beth, I think, asked what the Brute Bubble Wine is doing here and what's different about Brute Bubble Wine and Flibora Moscato.
Doesn't have weird off notes.
What
It's
off
just
notes
wine.
does the Moscato? I don't have the Moscato. What sort of off notes does it have?
It's not even so much that it's like tons of off notes, but like the Moscato and the Sangrias from Flivora, they already have those fruit notes kind of in them that
For me,
I didn't want.
the Moscato is more sweet,
It
and
is,
this
yeah.
is more dry. This is more dry also.
Right,
It's
which
like
is that's one of the biggest components to make the Clerico, right? It has to be a dry white wine.
Yeah, like a Sauvignon Blanc or a Chardonnay.
Okay. But so I know you were working on a newer version. Do you want to run through that?
Me?
Yeah, the tweaks that you were working on
Yeah.
to sort of make it more authentic.
What I did, well, you can put any kind of fruit and try it by yourself, but what I did is use orange citrus because you have like a more warm citrus note, like baked, and you have more base. I put 0.5 orange citrus, and I also put less. I put 1.75 of citrus soda. I don't remember the original.
2.25 is where it was at.
The orange citrus. Does that work?
Yeah.
For me, it was.
Yeah, I would think it would work.
No, I'm trying this version right now, and no, it definitely works. There is a lot more banana, and this orange does come through, and it's a little bit different than the citrus soda. It's a little bit orangier than lemon limeness of the citrus soda,
You know what might work?
but they are still really similar. But it does what I can tell already. It's not doing what Tangerine was doing. It's
Yeah,
not.
no.
It's not messing up the balance or anything
No.
like that.
Liquid
No,
bark
I didn't
would-
want to mess up because when you have something like this that is a blended recipe, because we're blending flavors here. When you have something like that, you change something and you can mess up very easily. So this is just tweaking a little bit. It's a matter of taste.
Yeah, I think the orange citrus works pretty well.
And you guys are saying it's definitely not the sharper edge of a citrus. It's more of like a baked baseline orange flavor
Yeah.
with the orange citrus. Okay.
it's a little bit more mellowed out than the lemon lime citrus soda.
I'm also wondering, with the citrus soda lowered, does the brew bubble wine have the same effect it was having, where it sort of flattens everything, or is it not as bad without the tangerine? Because I remember when we were going up with the brew bubble wine, it was starting to like mute things and make it very flat and like not so refreshing.
That's what I'm I think it would depend on a steep, because I am getting a lot more banana now in that guanabana combo, but I'm not getting as much of the strawberry. But strawberry usually comes through more on like after a day, so that would.
And
be
I still get the apple. The apple flavor is still there.
Yeah, the banana's just a lot more now.
That's what you wanted, right? More fruit in general, like more fruitiness in the mix.
Yeah, more mellow flavors.
So, Folkart, what did you think about this mix?
Well, I wasn't involved in the development of it, so I just actually got around to mixing it today, and so it hasn't steeped, and I fucking love it. You were talking about how it kind of reminds you of like a banana, or the banana that you get in it kind of reminds you of a banana brandy.
Mm-hmm.
I've actually had homemade banana brandy, which I absolutely fucking love.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of, like homemade, like.
Yeah, I mean it, and when you said it, it's like that's it. That's the flavor that I'm tasting. It's just a deep banana. No runny note or nothing like that. It's just it kind of brought me back to when I used to drink.
I like how I think that's something to do with the brute bubble wine and then that guanabana, because that kind of gives it that kind of almost you know how like a really ripe banana is. Have you guys, other people, tried the like a banana brandy kind of a thing, like a homemade?
I've never
like
had it.
it's like super fermented, but like clean.
Yeah.
And guanabana kind of does that because it's kind of like musky and a little bit funky. And I really like, that was my instant like comparison when I like tasted that. I'm like, oh, this kind of gives me that kind of a note to it. But the most impressive thing in this recipe to me is how well citrus soda can work with a wine. And it really does kind of fill out more of like a white wine kind of a thing. It doesn't really make it effervescent or anything like that.
Right, but it doesn't make it takes it so it's not just dry.
Yeah.
That's the.
And I remember that was a big thing for Nachev, was saying that he really was not a fan of the citrus soda when he first tried it as a single flavor. And so for it to work like this here is crazy, right?
Yeah,
it's definitely something that goes in another something.
Yeah, I would definitely say if anybody out there is working on like wine stuff, don't just miss using that flavorous citrus soda. It does some very interesting stuff. It's very crisp, and it's like it just adds something to it that but
you get a very subtle like carbonated effect. You get that
a little bit. Yeah, I get that a little bit, but not too much.
No, it's not going to be carbonation, but it's super crisp. So it's so crisp that it almost does carbonation.
Yeah,
it's never carbonation. It's about as close as it's going to get, though.
Yeah.
I actually think that the Alpine strawberry is helping that aspect too, because I have to be honest with you, I'm not a fan of Alpine strawberry. To me, it's kind of floral, but in this mix, it absolutely works perfectly. I was shocked when I first tasted it. It's like, damn, this is good.
Do you get all of the components too, like the apple, banana, strawberry, orange?
Yes, I get all of it. It's not like really super separated, but I get all of those notes.
I wasn't sure how separated I wanted it to go. Is the thing too, because like the thing I kept thinking about too is, all right, so. And that's why I almost wanted more of a base, was like, okay, so when you think of like Clerico or like that brandy or whatever, you're thinking it's kind of like a homemade recipe. Everyone has their own version of what fruit I want to add or this or that. But the other thing too is go mix one up. It's just a blended citrus drink.
Yeah.
Like when it comes down to it, like you don't like when it's not a sharp banana or a sharp strawberry when you're drinking it. It is when you eat it, but like when you're drinking it, you're just getting like those little hints or like the like juice.
Yeah, and I thought it was a really good point that you made. Like you compared it to like if you've ever had pineapple orange juice, that you don't. It's not like you're tasting. Oh, here's pineapple juice and here's orange juice. It just blends into this mixed thing that's just like a citrus drink.
And you can and you still pull out. Yeah, there's pineapple and there's orange in it, but it's not like, oh, here's half orange, half pineapple. It's like, oh, this is good. I like citrus.
Yeah, it's super. It's blended perfectly. I think absolutely delicious.
How do you feel about the because I know like Not Chef and Jerry were saying that more wine should be present in the drink.
I think you could get more wine in it, but I do like how low it is because I don't know. It's one of those things where like if I was drinking this, I would definitely want more wine. But if I'm vaping it, how much wine do I want?
Right, because the drink wine is different. It's always going to be different from the vape wine because it's more of just the flavor itself of the wine and not really mellowed out like the drink would be.
I'm not actually getting drunk on this, so what is wine doing?
Right. Where do you feel though, Folkart? Do you think it's about right, or would you say more wine should be there?
No, I think that the wine is perfect, spot on for the vaping it. I mean, it's not overpowering. Just wine. It's like a citrusy, slightly. It's got that kind of a Blanc wine kind of feel to it, but not much. It's just right. I think it's perfect.
I still think you could have a little more, but I like it.
Yeah, but can you add more brut bubble wine? I don't think so.
I think you could. I think you could. I think that the citrus soda really does help it. To me, I probably wouldn't because I get a booziness from the citrus soda because I think it's alcohol based from what I can tell. And what's that?
That'll go like steep off.
I know, and that's what I don't like about it because it's a really good shake and vape because it is boozy in a way, and it really helps this profile. And I kind of just want it to stay how it is right now, but it kind of has.
Yeah. For me, it's one of those like this is perfect after one day, where it's like okay, it's not steeped enough to lose some of that booziness, but at the same time, it's steeped just enough for all of those fruits to really find their own way. And it's like it's just one of those like, no, this is not. It's just one day. Mix it up, forget about it till tomorrow, and then vape the entire thing that day.
So, do you think that the brut bubble wine will fade some after a week or so?
I think it does.
I don't think the wine does, but I think the wineiness from the citrus soda does.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's very thin. Like if you shake the bottle, it definitely looks like it's alcohol based. Yeah. And that's why I like it so much in this recipe because it's very like it gives that kind of like it's refreshing and kind of dry and kind of boozy, and it just really fucking works with the brut bubble wine. I didn't really like the brut bubble wine at first, and now I'm actually coming around to it because I'm putting the two together and how they kind of fix each other. But I don't know. I would say anybody can play around with this if they're going after wines and stuff. Like what was that Vape Train flavor? The blood orange champagne?
Yeah, blood orange champagne from Vape Train.
I imagine it would probably work pretty well in there.
Yeah, that's the other thing is like now I just want to take this and start throwing super obnoxious fruits at it. Like just like take this, add like FA Fuji or something like that, something super bright.
Yeah,
you can try more mimosa also.
Yeah. You see what JFM's saying in the chat? Didn't we try that? We did try that.
Yeah,
right?
if Max wants to go into that a bit, JFM's asking if you can use smoothie based from Flavora to make a Fruity Pebbles cereal base.
You can. That was the first version I sent you guys, right? I did fruit circles from Capella and smoothie base because it was the exact lemon that I needed. And I mean, it's weird too, but I even tried lemongrass, which worked, but it's such a tough flavor to actually try to use.
That would, yeah, lemongrass would be really. I don't see that working at all.
It's the same kind of lemon, but then there's other things going on. So smoothie, that was before I got smoothie base. As soon as I got that, I'm like, oh, that's a perfect cereal lemon, and it does work, but it doesn't really pull that lime out of it so much. It doesn't bend it enough. It's kind of like, I don't know. It's still, that lime is still in there, and it doesn't remind me of Fruity Pebbles enough.
Yeah, so I think the consensus is that it has the potential to maybe work eventually, but you're going to have to put a lot of work into it to get Fruity Pebbles from it.
Yeah.
Because Fruity Pebbles is more than just that lemon. So as much as it seems like it would work, you're going to have to figure out what other fruits you have to add to replicate Fruity Pebble flavor. And Cap Fruit Circles did not work, so you're kind of on your own there.
Oh,
I think orange banana.
that's always the.
Work in this.
Yeah, it's super disappointing that Cap's Fruit Circles didn't work. It really is.
Yeah, it just seemed like it was just a little too weak for me.
I tried the version I tried. It was I think it was 1% smoothie base, and I used 6% Fruit Circles in there, and then I tried some other stuff in there, which I think you can do it. Build off of that. Maybe use Fruit Circles at 4.
You were saying the Cap Juicy Orange too, right?
Cap Juicy Orange, and then some kind of cherry note, because that cherry note isn't in Fruit Circles either, which that's what makes up Fruity Pebbles: the cherry, an orange, and a lemon. And Fruit Loops, I'm not really sure what's in that, but it's definitely more lime prominent.
Now that we're talking about this, though, this just reminded me. Dave was we were talking about candies. Wonder Flavors has the lemon orange rice candy, which the orange flavor in there is almost even more perfect for Fruity Pebbles than Cap Juicy Orange. I wonder with Flavora Smoothie Base and the Wonder Flavors lemon orange rice candy if that would head in the right direction.
We tried that. Didn't we try that?
I didn't try it, but
No,
we did talk about that.
We talked about it a bit, but we didn't try it.
Okay.
Yeah, the biggest problem is the cherry.
It's very limiting.
Yeah.
Very limiting.
What, the lemon orange rice candy?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The smell might be, but as far as the vape, the lemon barely shows up at all. It's mostly like if you've ever had orange Pez, it's like that exact flavor.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Which might actually work.
That's what I'm saying. It might be perfect for Fruity Pebbles, but like you're saying, the cherry is a big part of it, and that's so hard to get right.
Yeah, that cherry is very tough. Like, I tried tart cherry, I tried cherry extract, I tried both marzipans, and no dice.
But back to the Clerico. So I know how Jerry and Notchef kind of feel about it, but Folkart, if you were to change one thing about it based on trying it earlier, what do you think it could be improved on?
Well, as it stands right now, I wouldn't change this recipe that much unless I was wanting to, like Jerry was talking about, throw some other fruits to it. So with this Clerico that I looked up on online, it shows like putting peaches in it, white grapes, different fruits like that. So that's what I would do with this recipe. Is I just start throwing, sharp fruits in there and see what I can come up with.
I know Notchef too was just talking about what a Clerico is, and he mentioned that kiwi is pretty common. And I know Jerry had the idea too to use a kiwi flavor. Do you think that might improve it?
Oh yeah,
You would add even more citrus note with the kiwi.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Though I do really like the orange citrus version. I just want to see what the Alpine's going to do.
Do you think that might be like closer to being finished, you think?
I like orange citrus more than citrus soda.
Wait, more than citrus soda?
No,
Or you
I
mean
like
just turned down?
for the flavor.
Okay.
Like the orange citrus tastes better than the citrus soda, while the citrus soda is still doing that booziness.
Throw liquid barn orange banana in it. Watch what happens.
That could be a thing, because that was the other hard part for me, was like looking through all the Clericos. If you try to look up Clerico online, like, have fun, because every single one is different.
Yeah, sure enough.
Like, it's a lot of them did have peach. A lot of them had the grapes. A lot of them had kiwis. A lot of them had the bananas, oranges, strawberries, apples. Seemed to be like the main notes. But then there was almost a majority of them had peach. And that's the thing that I've thought about the most with this, is like, do you want to add peach to this?
What do you think, Nacho?
I wouldn't. You really put whatever you have in the fridge. You have wine, you put whatever you have in the fridge, and you see what happens. You have some main flavors you need to respect, like the orange. Like you need a citrus. You need something like a banana. And
Plantain.
you need some kind of strawberry, maybe. But then you can put whatever you want.
So, based on, because you've been vaping the newer version with the orange citrus for a while, right? What adjustments do you think it still might need?
Well, I like how it is right now. With the orange citrus and a little bit less of citrus soda, for me, it's perfect. And maybe a little bit more banana. I put it at 2%. But
which is crazy. That's so crazy, right? 2% flavor of banana, and you're like, man, I think it still needs more banana.
Yeah, but
I could also go with more alpine strawberry. So,
right. I know we were running into an issue though. We went up to 0.75 with alpine strawberry, but that was with tangerine. Do you?
I'm thinking that was more the tangerine at this point.
So you think we should go back up with alpine strawberry, maybe?
I think it's a possibility.
You can go a lot higher with alpine strawberry.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like a lot higher.
Well, but it's just because the alpine strawberry still has the citrus though, right? So as much as removing the tangerine did help, it's still, when we go up with alpine strawberry, going to introduce even more citrus, right?
It might. Because the thing I have noticed with alpine is, like, the higher you get, the stronger the strawberry gets, then that citrus.
Oh, it kind of dies off.
Yeah.
I think that the problem we had with tangerine was not the tangerine itself, was the lime note in the tangerine.
Especially paired with citrus soda, right?
Yeah, it was. Well, it's the lime, but it was just, it turned it into a muting mess, was what my issue with it, more so than, like, even the lime taste. Like, lime could be good in this too. It's just tangerine specifically muted a lot of what I wanted out of, like, the strawberry banana, where both of, and we didn't get the apple note really coming through as well either with the tangerine, because I think that just kind of muted too much of, like, those distinctness of the fruits.
That's something I've actually been thinking about, though, just from what I would like to see from it or whatever. How do you think we would go about getting more apple flavor to show up without messing other things up?
Probably just, like, one of the 8 Flavora apple additives.
Throw an apple in there.
Or just apple.
Yeah, like, there's just apple. You could probably get away with apple pop with something. I was thinking, like, some of their, like, additives that aren't like a full-bodied apple, but, like, here's a hint of more apple.
That actually sounds like a fantastic idea, to add the apple pop.
Yeah, it could work.
But I think that's, if you want to add more apple, I would just try the base and then leave a little bit of room on top of your bottle, and then add whatever fruits you still want.
Yeah, and just, like, change it every time. That's actually a good idea.
Oh, yeah.
Because the base is so solid. Yeah.
It's going to change every time.
I really like that idea, to leave that wiggle room on top and kind of, like, short it a bit. That way, every time you make it, you can just throw whatever fruit you're in the mood for. If you want to add peach, you can throw peach in there, and it'll still work out. I like that idea a lot.
I also want to throw in green apple hard candy. I just want to, like, throw Camp Tiger Claw on top of this.
Did you use any sweetener with this? Because I always use Caps Super Sweet, like 0.25%, but this doesn't need any for me.
No, not at all. I think it's, like, perfect sweetness, and I'm actually kind of afraid of what adding sweetener would do to the flavors, because you get those gentle hints of, like, fruit on the back end of it, and if you added sweetener, I think that effect would just get ruined.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think the issue too is since it's all citrusy, it's mostly citrus notes that are already super bright too. So if you add like super sweet, it's gonna get super bright, which could be good. I might be willing to try it, but if you add something like a sweetness or a sucralose based, something that's got water and EM mixed in with it too, yeah, I think it's just gonna mute everything.
Well, as somebody that puts super sweet in just about all of my mixes, I didn't put it in this mix, and personally, I don't think it needs it.
Yeah, I don't think you'd want it in there because it would bring too much of that forward, and it would, because it's not that sweet. You don't want it that sweet.
The only reason why I think I would add super sweet is if I was also adding WS23.
I added super sweet.
Okay, yeah, that is true.
And I think that could actually work too, unless
for sure.
Just add a little bit of WS23 and like a tiny bit of super sweet, and you just got it a little bit icier for like those hot summer days.
I feel like if you add WS23 to anything, you kind of need to add super sweet too. WS23 is just so like distracting to me. I'm just like, cold, and I'm like, yeah, but I'm not really getting much of the flavor. I'm just enticed by all that coolness.
Well, another thing you could look at too that I'm a big fan, if you make like a cocktail recipe or anything with alcohol in general, or just like maybe a subtle drink like this, if you use just Polar Blast from FA, you can still get that icy effect that builds over time, but it will not affect the flavors at all.
Right. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that too. And I actually might go with that for this one because it's all on the tail end. And that's kind of what you want. You don't want, because I think that would distract from the booziness more than anything if you put WS23, because you get that immediately. But it also could, see, I'm not sure, because sometimes like that booziness kind of lingers in your like throat and everything. And WS23 might kill that off a little bit, but I definitely would go Polar Blast over WS23 for this. Or both.
It's a very common combination. You do WS23 with Polar Blast to get both of those effects. See, Dave says C-Back 9. That's a Arnold Palmer we made, and just FA Polar Blast would prevent any of that boozy top note from going away. And any other type of additive you tried would completely ruin the alcohol part.
Yeah, but what do you get in here? I see. I mainly get the booze on like on the tail end.
Yeah, and almost because if we're being completely honest, brut bubble wine isn't really a boozy alcohol top note. It's actually the flavor that makes you think this is boozy. No. So I'm not sure how like WS23 would even affect that. I think it could still work here because you're not really like for the vape train alcohols. It actually has like the alcohol top note where if you like smell it, you're like, oh shit, there's alcohol in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but for something where the flavor is what convinces you that it's alcohol based, I think WS23 could still work. But I am worried. You guys were saying add WS23 and super sweet. Do you think the recipe would remain intact after doing that?
Probably not, but that's how I think about most additives, to be honest. So,
anytime you start adding shit like that, I just feel like you're getting a little bit. It's like, which do you want more?
Yeah, I'm here in the opposite camp of I made fat kid recipes that I want it to be really sweet in the first place. I don't want to add sweetener to like anything.
And the flavor is fresh by itself. I've been vaping this in between other liquids, and it's very refreshing because it's so different. So it's very good to vape it in other things you have.
Yeah, and like you said, it's refreshing, it's unique, and also it makes me love citrus soda and brut bubble wine, which are both flavors that I just wasn't a fan of in general. And that's awesome. It gives you a use for those flavors.
Well, I think part of that refreshing is that like it tastes alcoholic, but at the same time it doesn't feel alcoholic or taste alcoholic. If that makes sense. So it's not weighted. It doesn't feel weighted down like a booze sometimes can.
Right, and you still get that interesting sort of almost fermented taste, which is like it's unique and refreshing in general. It's a different thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. And then I know a lot of people I've seen the chat just kind of losing its mind. A lot of people were mentioning Fruity Pebbles, though. We're still going to go back and revisit that profile, right, Max, and try to make the Fruity Pebble milk based on what you tried to make it really authentic?
Yeah, for sure. I think that actually has a lot more growth to the way that we are thinking about doing it. You could probably take the layer, if it works out right, you can take that layer and probably put any cereal with it, like Milk Bar does. But we'll get there when we get there. If it doesn't work, we'll let you guys know, and if it does, then that's great. That's what we would like to happen, because they make several different ones. But
Yeah, and like Emily's saying in the chat, it's really nice to have something that's light and refreshing and like a change of pace that's not just, oh, here's a flavored lemonade or here's just like orange juice.
It's also not that boozy. It's boozy enough that it feels kind of boozy, but like it, I don't know.
Yeah,
Like, that's what I'm liking. Is it's not like going back way earlier to Flavora Moscato Sangria. Both of those are heavy booze flavors. Like they feel, vaping them, they feel heavy to me. And like something like San Petillon or like other recipes like that, or like the brandies, stuff like that, they usually start feeling heavier, and you're like, don't want to necessarily.
Right, it's like a taxing experience. They're like heavy flavors.
You're just getting assaulted at that point. Like, you don't want to keep vaping it.
So this is like you taste booze, but it's not really booze. It feels still really light.
Yeah, that's what Emily was asking. How boozy would you say this seems?
Honestly, I don't think boozy is a good term for the flavor that I'm tasting. What I'm tasting is just like a wine flavor. It's not really a booziness.
Yeah.
It's just it's that flavor of just like a dry white wine.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it is.
Which is absolutely perfect here because you have those blended fruits and then this contrasting sort of dry white wine flavor that it doesn't get taxing, like Jerry was saying, at all. Yeah. You can vape it as long as you want.
This is what I want when I'm hungover.
Speaking of which,
and then
where it's okay, I get that note, and it's not gonna make me sick, but it's also not gonna make me worse.
Right. Yeah.
And then Dave is asking if we're gonna. Do you want to try out the lemon orange rice candy and the fruity pebbles? Do you think we could get there with that, or do you want to go like this actual cereal flavor route?
See, I think it'd be great if we could make like the base, and then like you could put whatever cereal you want with it, but that might not be the case. We might not be able to do that. I would totally like to make a fruity pebbles like from scratch. I think that'd be awesome, and I think it would probably come out better than any other flavor that we have, but I'm not totally positive right now because I don't really like Fruity Flakes. I don't think
right. It's not great, and like you were saying, it would be really cool to be able to get the flavor where if you didn't want the cereal texture, the crunchy texture, if you wanted to do like a milkshake with Fruity Pebble flavor, you could use that combination anywhere and it would still apply. But from our experience that we were trying to find a replacement for Fruity Flakes, it's going to be tougher to do.
Yeah.
You don't think it would work, Max? I don't know.
No, I think that would work. I think that would probably be the better way to go, just because I don't think that there's a really good Fruity Pebbles concentrate out there, and it's probably the smarter way to go. If we're gonna talk about what's gonna be the best recipe, I would say building it from scratch is probably better, but I think a lot of people get like a little bit swayed away when they see a whole bunch of flavors and everything. They don't want to fucking use them.
All right, we are out of time, so do you guys just want to mention what we're gonna work on next? What we worked on?
What did we work on? Oh,
so we worked on, this was Graham's crazy idea to make a pina colada rice pudding drink thing. And we all love it. It came out awesome. So look out for that.
Better today, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Max doesn't think it's going to work out.
All right, we're going to head out of here. Talk to you guys later.
All
Love
right.
your face.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.